On the far eastern tip of Long Island, New York, lies a place shrouded in secrecy and conspiracy. A place where whispers of mind control, time travel, and even contact with other dimensions linger in the shadows. This is the story of the Montauk Project. At the edge of Montauk, Camp Hero stands silent, a relic of another era, its radar tower looming like a giant sentinel over the windswept coast. Its abandoned buildings and overgrown paths are slowly being reclaimed by nature. Vines crawl up cracked concrete, and rust eats away at locked doors. But beneath this quiet surface, rumors swirl of shadowy corridors and secret laboratories hidden underground, places where blueprints and diagrams hint at forbidden science. Locals whisper about electrical disturbances, flickering lights, malfunctioning electronics, and strange signals that baffle even the experts. At night, headlights cut through the darkness as unmarked trucks come and go, their cargo unknown. Mysterious silhouettes move in the shadows, vanishing before dawn. Some say pets and even children have gone missing near the base. Empty playgrounds, lost posters, and anxious faces tell a story that never makes the news. By day, hikers and tourists wander the trails, snapping photos of the radar tower, never quite sure if the unease they feel is just the wind or something more. In 1943, at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard, the US Navy launched a secret experiment. Their goal, to render the USS Eldridge invisible to enemy radar, and perhaps to the naked eye. Witnesses claimed to see strange green fog envelop the ship. Suddenly the Eldridge vanished, only to reappear hundreds of miles away in Norfolk, Virginia. When the ship returned, sailors were found in states of terror. Some were embedded in the metal hull, others driven mad by what they had seen. The government denied everything. Official documents were classified and the experiment was buried in secrecy, but rumors persisted of technology that could bend space and time. Decades later, whistleblowers like Al Bielek claimed the project continued at Camp Hero, Montauk. Here, in underground labs, scientists allegedly pushed the boundaries of reality, experimenting on human subjects and opening doors to other dimensions. The heart of the Montauk Project, according to whistleblowers, was mind control. Scientists allegedly kidnapped homeless children, erased their identities and subjected them to drugs, torture, and electromagnetic fields. The goal was to create super soldiers with psychic abilities. Some claimed these children could read minds, control thoughts, and even influence physical objects. One of the most disturbing experiments involved a device called the Montauk Chair, a machine that amplified psychic energy and turned thoughts into reality. Much of what we know about the Montauk Project comes from men like Preston Nichols. In the 1990s, Nichols published books claiming he had worked on the project. He described the technology, the psychic children, and the attempts to manipulate space and time. Another whistleblower, Al Bielek, claimed he was part of both the Philadelphia experiment and the Montauk Project. According to him, the experiments tore open rifts in reality that could never fully be closed. To skeptics, these men were fabricators, but to believers, they revealed just enough truth to expose a cover-up. The conspiracies do not stop at mind control. According to whistleblowers, the Montauk Project also pushed the limits of time and space. Researchers at Camp Hero allegedly used the Montauk Chair not only to amplify psychic energy, but to open what they called time tunnels. These tunnels were said to be unstable wormholes, rips in reality itself, leading to both the past and the future. Some test subjects were reportedly sent through them, disappearing into glowing vortexes and reappearing in entirely different eras. One story tells of a boy who was sent far into the distant future. When he returned, he described a barren earth with no signs of human life, only crumbling ruins. Another account claims that subjects were sent back in time, even as far as ancient Egypt, tasked with observing or even influencing history. The dangers of these experiments were terrifying. Some test subjects never came back at all, lost forever in the shifting tides of time. Others returned severely traumatized, unable to describe what they had seen. Preston Nichols wrote that many children were discarded after these tests, their minds shattered by the experience. Then there are the claims of alien contact. Whistleblowers insist that the Montauk Chair created channels not just across time, but between dimensions. They speak of otherworldly beings reaching through the rifts, sometimes offering knowledge, other times bringing chaos. Perhaps the most disturbing story of all involves what some call the Montauk Monster. In one disastrous experiment, a psychic subject reportedly conjured a terrifying creature from their mind, a hulking, nightmarish beast that broke free and rampaged through the underground base. Witnesses claim it destroyed equipment, tore apart tunnels, and killed several people before finally being destroyed. Skeptics dismiss this as pure fantasy, but to believers it was the ultimate proof that human thought, amplified by technology, could shape reality itself. What makes these accounts chilling is the consistency with which they are told. Different whistleblowers, years apart, spoke of the same technologies, the same tunnels, and the same horrific outcomes. Whether fact, fiction, or something in between, the Montauk Project remains one of the most disturbing alleged attempts to control not only the human mind, but time itself. If the Montauk Project sounds familiar, you're not alone. Its legacy extends far beyond conspiracy forums, faded newspaper clippings. It's seeped into the very fabric of pop culture. In fact, the hit Netflix series Stranger Things was originally titled Montauk. The show's eerie government labs, psychic children, shadowy experiments are direct echoes of the stories told by Preston Nichols and other Montauk whistleblowers. As Stranger Things gained worldwide fame, it introduced millions to the mythos of secret government projects and the blurred lines between science and the supernatural. The blending of fact-fiction folklore has kept the Montauk Project alive in our collective imagination, even as hard proof remains just out of reach. Whether you see it as a cautionary tale, a work of pure fiction, or something in between, the Montauk Project continues to inspire, intrigue, and chill us to the bone. So next time you watch a story about hidden lab psychic experiments, remember, sometimes the strangest things have roots in real-life mysteries. So, what is the truth? For skeptics, the Montauk Project remains nothing more than a conspiracy theory, a story fueled by paranoia, the anxieties of the Cold War era. There are no declassified documents, no hard evidence, and certainly no undeniable proof that psychic experiments or time travel ever took place beneath Camp Hero's crumbling radar tower. But for believers, the very lack of evidence is the most compelling clue. They argue that the government would never admit to such disturbing experiments and that the truth is buried literally and figuratively deep beneath the foundations of Montauk. To them, secrecy is not absence but confirmation. In the end, the Montauk Project stands at the crossroads of myth and reality, inviting us to question how much we can ever truly know and how much we're willing to believe. The truth, it seems, is still waiting to be uncovered. Today, Camp Hero's secrets lie hidden beneath a quiet, windswept landscape. The radar tower looms above, a silent monument to the stories that swirl around it. Hikers, tourists explore the park's trails, snapping photos, unaware of, or perhaps searching for, the mysteries said to linger beneath their feet. Warning signs mark off-limits areas, fueling rumors that something remains concealed in the darkness below. As dusk settles, some visitors claim to hear a low, mechanical hum drifting up from underground. An echo perhaps of experiments long past, or simply the wind playing tricks. Whether these tales are rooted in reality or imagination, Camp Hero continues to captivate those who visit, blurring the line between history and legend. So, is the Montauk Project fact or fantasy? For every answer, a new question emerges. In the end, the truth may be less about what happened here and more about the stories we choose to believe. If you enjoyed this story, hit the like button, subscribe for more mysteries, and leave a comment below. Do you think the Montauk Project was real or just a chilling legend? Until next time, keep your eyes open, because the truth is often stranger than fiction. Subscribe for more mysteries.